All right, this afternoon we are going to look at the Unit 1A review. I'm going to do problems 1 and 2. The directions say state the transformations made to the parent function. So the first thing that we have to do is look at this parent function and decide where look at this function and decide where the parent function is. Here's the parent function, its absolute value. So now we're going to look at all the numbers and state the transformations. This negative sign right here, negative on the outside, let me make sure I'm writing this where you can read it, is a vertical, and I'm going to abbreviate, reflection over the x-axis. Because it's outside, it's a vertical reflection over the x-axis. The 2, the operation here is multiplication. It's outside, so it's a vertical stretch or compression. It's multiplication of a number bigger than 1. So this is a vertical stretch. It's by a factor of 2. Because when it's on the outside, you do not take the reciprocal, it's just the same number. This number 3 is on the inside. So that makes it a horizontal change. Because it's a negative 3 being added to the x, this is a shift. And it will shift opposite of what this looks like. This is negative 3, so it's going to shift right 3 units. This 3 is on the outside of the function. It's being added as well. Outside means it's vertical. Adding means it's a shift. Outside the function, it does exactly what we think it should do. So a plus makes it go up 3 units. So there are my transformations. I know I'm done because I've taken care of all of the negatives and all the numbers. All right, let's look at number 2. With number 2, I have to identify the function, which is the quadratic function. So here's where the quadratic function is. There's nothing on the outside and the front, but I do recognize that on the inside of the function there's a negative 2 in front of the x. This means I have to factor. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to factor. I'm going to keep this inside the function. However, I'm going to factor out the negative 2. When I factor out negative 2 here, I get x. When I factor out negative 2 here, I get negative 2. And all of this, just like all of this, is still inside the function. Now I've factored, so now I can write my transformations. This negative sign is on the inside of the function. So that's a horizontal change. So that's horizontal. It's a reflection because it's a negative sign. And that is over the y-axis because horizontal reflection goes over the y-axis. The next thing I'm going to see is this 2 that's being multiplied. It's on the inside, so it's still horizontal. It's being multiplied, so it's either a stretch or a compression. Since it's on the inside, a number bigger than 1 is a compression by a factor of, and then I have to take the reciprocal of this number. The reciprocal of 2 is 1/2. So this is a horizontal compression by a factor of 1/2. Now let's look at this 2 that's being, the negative 2 that's being added. It's still on the inside of the function, so that still makes it horizontal. It's a shift because it's being added or subtracted or added a negative. It's a negative, so we have to do the opposite, which means it's going to go to the right 2 units. Now we move to the outside of the function. This negative 4 that's being added. On the outside is a vertical shift. Vertical because it's outside, shift because it's being added. On the outside you do exactly what you expect, so this goes down 4 units.